This is the dual arc gap application from a 266 primary spiral layering system hooked to the alternator. There's the 3 layers, pancake coils, hooked as delta loads to a 465 Hertz alternator. Each of these pancake coils are 2.3 millihenry, and they are connected in series, 45 microfarad. We may be able to demonstrate the capacity of these pancake coils to display what we call a maximum energy transfer resonance. And basically what we want to do in this demonstration, before we turn the Tesla coil on, we're going to disconnect the phasings so that we can see the open circuit voltage that the machine will provide at a 10 volt field. This device is working at a 10 volt field. So, I suppose the first thing that we'll do then is go in there and disconnect phase 3. And note, presently we got 0.9 volts on phase 1, the meter below that 1.2 volts, the yellow meters. We got 0.8 volts, 0.9 volts on phase 3. When we disconnect the load from phase 3, we should see the input voltage go up. Not much of a change there, but more importantly now, we want to be noting what the other 2 phases are doing while that phase is working, so we'll plug that in right away again. We're at 0.11, 0.23, 0.13, taking out the 0.13. Decrease of stage 1's value, increase of stage 2's value. Now we'll be taking out phase 2. Phase rotation goes from 1, 2, 3. Induction follows the phase rotation. So what we have here is a phase 1 helping to induce an extra current on phase 2. Taking out phase 2. And according to theory, this should be a much higher amperage. And they have to check that circuit. Okay, we should, when we test these in isolation there, we might have a different result. While the mutual induction appears to still be there in secondary, that could be a big influence also, I think that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and disconnect the last phase. We're at 1.1 volts all the way across. Now we're going to energize a 10 volt field. We have a 4 volt step down transformer with the 44, 45 volt input from the variac. And we can see our open circuit value is 18 volts, 17, 19, 19, and 19. And then more or less maybe cyclic voltage. Now we know that that's the open circuit voltage that we're going to operate at. We'll plug our inputs back in. And the front end is the best way to me why it's giving us these readings. Get it back to we're using an unenergized field for that. Okay, we're going to go into the Tesla coil operation now. It's a rather feeble operation. Turn that up to about, now we're not going to turn nothing up. We have a fairly large arc gap. If we wanted to smooth that out, we could push them together. I'm going to go ahead and turn that field up anyway. What we were interested in seeing here is our change in input voltages. We're not seeing much of a change in input voltages. 17, 18 volts. In a good operation, you'll see a whole big change in input voltages. So we'll just go up there and turn up the Variac a notch. Okay, as we can see on our stator lines, we're 432 amps, not very high of a value. But look at our input voltages. We got 26 volts on phase 1. We got 50 volts on phase 2. And we got 35 volts on phase 3. Phase 2 and 3 are in excess of what our empty loaded state voltage would be, giving evidence that there's a kickback going up the system from the powering of this. There's the primary arc gap. You're not going to be able to see the water gap. Try. No. Probably lost here. I can see it visually. There it is. The night process there is water, glass, and a magnet in between the arc gap. There's the top display. That's set for 1 inch of arcing. We'll mount the camera there for a second. Turn some lights on, maybe we can get a better visual display. Go on and look at our input conditions again. Our amperages are 4 amps. The bottom layer, 1.8 amps. The middle layer, 1.7 amps. Top layer, our stator line deliveries. And a simultaneous shot of that, and the associated voltage meter. You may be able to make pictures from these, so pardon the prolonged motion of it. We'll move back to our arc gap again. I'm trying to stand this thing and just set up the door so it wouldn't. There we go. Looking at the input system real quick. Neon lights up right away. Is that a neon? Yeah, that's probably a neon. right along this road. I guess that's about it. Having fun.